sideboard now.
Now I think he's even better well positioned to fight against Wolf Run Ramp. So this should be an interesting match. I expect this to be pretty speedy too.
Yeah, I think Ari has the edge here, and I don't think it's going to take very long. Like,
no, probably not.
If Ari just has a reasonable draw, he's just going to run Ryan over. There's the man himself. Ari Lax, Michigan native.
Yep. Although after sideboarding, it's going to get a little more interesting because Ryan has Blasphemous Act. So
yeah, that's certainly a way to help clear the board. Blast Act is really good against Tempered Steel.
Yep.
Game one, I think he's just going to, unless Ari has a terrible draw, it's probably just going to be blowout in Ari's favor.
Ryan's going to need to have a turn 1 bird and a lot of ramp, for sure. And it looks like they might both be going to 6. No, Ari's going to 6. Ryan looks like he's good with his 7. But Ari does not look too concerned.
Well, Ari's going down to 6. He's not happy about that, I'm sure. Because in this matchup, you can lose. I mean, Wolf Run Ramp, like we said earlier, it does have bad matchups, but it's just so consistent that if you just, go down to, they mulligan once, miss a land drop, you just run over them.
Exactly.
The card is aptly named Wolf Run Green.
There's no room for error in either player. If one player stumbles, expect the other player to really capitalize on it. One interesting thing about Ryan's deck, he has his 2 Inkmoth Nexus, 3 Kessig Wolf Run, no other special lands, no Glimmer Post, nothing like that.
So Ari keeps his hand, goes Nexus into Signal Pest, so ramping up for a strong draw. I can already serve him for 2 Nexus counters if he wants.
Very good start. Yeah. And it looks like his hand features a couple Dispatch.
Yeah, not what you want here. Is that his only land? Oh no, here we go. Oh, he's got Mox Opal.
Oh, wow.
Not what Ari wants. Just says Opal Pass.
Yep.
Ari needing a Memnite or something to kick off the action.
And go again. Wow.
This is exactly what I meant. Like, Ari could just get a draw like this.
Yeah, Tempered Steel, it doesn't run all that many mana sources. Only 17 planes. Though he can produce white mana if he so wants to by activating that Nexus.
Well, there's that. So now, here comes Glintalk Idol. Passes this turn.
But the damage might already be done. Ryan already has 4 lands. This is going to be a solemn simulacrum.
Although Ryan did not have a very fast start in all fairness.
Very true.
He didn't have any birds or rampant growth.
No Dungrows even.
His first play was a turn 4 solemn.
Right. So we'll see if Ari can capitalize on the slow draw. He finally has his mana all set up. He can even cast Tempered Steel now. He jumped immediately from 1 mana to 3. And with another land, he should be able to play almost his whole hand. He does not dispatch the solemn end step.
Alright, there's a Hero Bladehold, and Ari ships it back.
So Ryan's still at 20 life.
And that's not what Ari wants.
Not at all.
And is it Titan time?
No, he has a Batter Skull.
I don't know, he has another land. I don't think he does.
See a Garrick peeking out from there, another solemn. Yep.
There's a Titan, but yeah, Ryan's stuck on 5 lands.
So he's just going to play... Oh, a Batter Skull. Okay.
But there's tons of gas, though, for Ryan, so he's just going to keep casting big threats every turn.
And there's the Tim Ayton token.
Tim Ayton himself. Tim here this weekend, of course. See if we can get him in the booth a little later for you guys. Yep. Color commentary.
And
Ari plays a non-matching planes and dispatches away the Germ token.
Okay.
Serves with the Signal Pest and Hero. Nice little combo there.
Yeah, interesting that he's not attacking with the Glinthawk Idol. He must have another hero. I think that's the only thing that could mean.
Yeah, and double hero is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Even a Titan this turn can't really help with that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about Ryan's play of Batter Skull because if he doesn't draw land, he's in pretty rough shape.
Art just tosses a hero onto the board. And there's Warcoil. And Art's Dispatch still had this.
So even though Ari missed a couple land drops there, did not really play anything until turn 3 or 4. He just still took that easily.
And his hero Blade will just smash. Yeah. So what we've seen with Ari is a lot of Tempered Steel players have cut their heroes, but both in Indianapolis and here, every time it just seems like Ari's like, hero. What are you going to do about it?
I mean, what else can you do with 4 mana that's as backbreaking as Hero Bladehold?
And especially with people cutting dismembers, it's a good time to bring it back out.
I mean, you see Rhino Connor tap 4 for Solemn Simulacrum. Hero Bladehold outclasses that one a little bit.
Especially when you have Signal Pass too to even up the ante more with double Battle Cry.
Exactly.
So looking at sideboards here, Ari's got a couple Mirror Crusaders, Dismember, Celestial Purge, Timely Reinforcements, Revoke Existence, Machias the Lunarch, Gideon Jura, Spellsky, and O-Ring. I imagine we'll probably see Oblivion Ring, maybe Mirror Crusader?
I think the thing about Mirror Crusader is that Solemn Simulacrum is a great blocker for it, as is the Batter Skull token. So even though he is mono green, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
I think on the draw we won't see it. On the play we might see it. Definitely.
Maybe Macias?
Maybe Macias, yeah. I think I like that guy.
But Ari thought this was a good matchup, so maybe he just doesn't want to sideboard very much.
Yeah, I'm sure his main deck is really well set up to beat the most popular deck, the current best deck, Kessig Wolf Run. So I'm sure that not much is going to change for him. He might take out some Oblivion Rings. Or maybe Dispatch, whichever one might be worse. Not so sure. But looking at Ryan O'Connor's
3
sideboard,
Blasphemous Act.
those are for sure coming in. Tree of Redemption.
Whoa,
okay.
what? 3 Blasphemous Act, 2 Arc Trail, 1 Arc Trail. So I think that means 3 Arc Trail, right?
Very nice.
4,
very
5,
nice,
6,
yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. So he's got 3 Arc Trail, 3 Blasphemous Act, two Ratchet Bombs, too, and an
Ooh,
Ancient Grudge. Wow.
Do you expect to see this Tree of Redemption from Ryan?
I don't know how good Tree is in this matchup.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, if you're casting Green Sun with 5 mana available to you, there's not much better to get. But at the same time, I don't know if it's worth the spot.
I mean, so the thing about Tree is it blocks well, but not a lot in this deck fights on the ground.
Right.
Another thing is, unlike Red, where getting a bunch of life is huge, against Tempered Steel, they deal damage you in such big increments that, it doesn't really do much more than maybe buy you a turn
right.
at most.
2 at the, yeah, right. 1 turn, maybe 2. But he has a lot of cards to side in. 9 right off top here, and then 3 Batterskull, which I'm not so sure if he's going to want. Wow, look at this. He has 3 Batterskull on his sideboard, and then a 4th Batterskull written down in a different spot in his sideboard. So
did that one a couple times.
Yeah, it looks like this is some last-minute sideboarding choices for Ryan O'Connor.
Something is.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But in any case, Ben Rubenstein on Twitter says, "Is Ari still playing a full set of Hero?" And he is playing a full set of Heroes.
All 4, one of the most important cards. Let's see.
Yeah. Brian Killer points out that Batterskull tokens can't block Crusader.
That's true.
Which is
Yeah.
definitely true.
They are black germs. And it looks like they're shuffling up for game 2 here. Expect these next 2 games to be a lot closer, since Ari is barely sideboarding and Ryan is sideboarding heavily. Gonna see a lot of red burn from Ryan O'Connor. He's going to be aggressively mulliganing to that, since it's going to be really hard for him to stave off the Tempered Steel draws without those spells. Because all the Solemn Simulator Crumbs and Dungrove Elders in the world, they don't fight Glinthawk Idols too well, nor Vault Scourges.
Yeah, it's totally true. I think Ari's still favored after sideboarding, although Ryan gets so many cards. It's just insane.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably really close now. I expect Ryan to take this one on the play, and then Ari to take the 3rd on the play. I'm sure it's a really important thing.
Yeah, one thing just depends how they mulligan. If
that too.
Ryan mulligans poorly. The thing about Valakut, Rampish decks, they mulligan really bad. They have really good at opening hands sometimes, but they mulligan super poorly.
That's true. Do you think Ari kept in Shrine of Loyal Legions against Ryan?
It's not huge on that card, but he doesn't have a lot to bring in. I think if you're going to shave something, so it looks like the judge is discussing some stuff with them. Back to us, Gavin Verhey with Zach Hall
in the booth,
and we saw Ari take down the first game. See what happens. See what happens in the second.
It looks like they had just drawn their opening hands, not sure on mulligans, so looks like they're having a little judge difficulties right now. What deck is best positioned in Standard right now? Do you think? Do you think it's one of these two?
Best position?
Yeah. What would you have played if you were playing today?
Well. Those are probably different questions.
Okay. Let's take what's best position right now.
The deck that's been tearing up Magic Online is Blue-White Humans.
Blue-White Humans, really? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that deck is just ripping up the online scene, but we haven't seen any of it yet today, which I think is really interesting. Usually Magic Online is about 2 weeks ahead of real life.
Yep.
So I imagine we might see some breakout in top 8 or something like that.
Probably. Blue-White Humans, that probably features small creatures like Doom Traveler, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's what Drew Levin is rocking today.
Yep. Champion of the Parish.
Yeah,
Champion is an all-star, of course.
Quite excellent.
That almost reminds me of Had a Freeblade, Champion of the Parish, but I think Champion's a lot better.
Except Champion is like way more wide-reaching too.
Right. The problem with the Allies deck is that it was too many colors. Like the mana was not good, and you had to play 3 colors. But Champion
and you had to be basically mono creatures too.
Exactly. But Champion, you can stay a few colors and still a 1 for a 1/1, even if it only ever grows to a 2/2, that's still fine.
Yep.
And it's going to be a lot bigger than that.
And Isamaru is usually what it's going to be to start, and it's very easily 3/3, 4/4.
Or even bigger.
Yeah, you never know. What do you think about Tempered Steel? Where do you think that's positioned at right now, though?
It's interesting. A lot of white decks are trying to fight for the spot of best white aggressive deck, and I think they can occupy they occupy different spaces in the same metagame. Like the Tempered Steel deck is really, I believe that one's a lot better against the red decks, but the white humans deck, its creatures are a lot easily burned. But Tempered Steel, if you can land a Tempered Steel or even a Shrine, those are both really good against red. I'm not so sure about the humans deck. I haven't played it much. But I think as red rises, Tempered Steel also rises. What do you think?
I think as Wolf Run rises, Tempered Steel rises. Red Tempered Steel usually seems pretty close to me. It depends on the build. With Ari's build, it might be... I mean, he's accustomed his build toward a different metagame, right? He still has 4 Hero of Blade Holds hiding out in there. He only has 1 spell sketch, so he can block a little worse, can't redirect quite as well.
That's true. And he does have 2 more on the board, but the main deck is definitely...
Yeah, and only 1 dismember between sideboard and main deck.
That's rough.
So, I mean, against mid-range beatdown decks, he could have a big issue. On the flip side, it's just Tempered Steel. You can just play your nuts cards. The thing that Ari taught me, and something you guys may take from, is he just is like, I don't care what people have. I'm just going to play the most powerful deck.
Yep.
And maybe they have hate. I don't care. I'm just going to win. He likes playing combo decks. He plays Storm and Legacy all the time.
I'm sure we'll see
and
him
just
tomorrow.
crushes. Yeah, sure he's going to play Storm tomorrow. And he just crushes people with Storm over and over. There's all the hate in the world available for it. Right. And yeah, he just crushes people with it. In Extended earlier this year, he played Fairies. People were playing Ages. I'll play Fairies.
The best deck, the most powerful deck every time.
Yep.
And it seems to pay off for him. He consistently does well at these starts of the Open.
Top 8 at the Grand Prix in Atlanta with it.
Yeah.
And so Ari, once again, is like new format. This deck is just the most powerful thing. He thinks this is more powerful than Wolf Run, or at least on par, and it beats Wolf Run. So.